Today I'm going to explain Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 145. In this chapter, we learn what Kenjaku's plan is and how Gojo-sensei might get unsealed. But before the video starts, I'm H, and you're watching VLR. At the start of the chapter, we see that the creature from the last chapter is Master Tengen. Tengen calls everyone dear, except Sukuna, who says, "You won't call me hi." The five of them are staring in shock. Tengen says, "Yuki, Sukuna, this isn't our first meeting." Yuki asks why he closed the Tom of the Star corridor, and Tengen replies that he thought they were with Kenjaku, and anyway he can't save people's hearts. Yuki says that the name means mercy and liberation, and then Yuji asks Master Tengen why he looks like that. Megumi thinks to himself that Tengen's explanation is too dense for such an important conversation. Tengen says that he is immortal, but his body ages and 500 years from now, everyone would look the same. Yuji asks if he's serious, and Tengen explains that 11 years ago he couldn't properly merge with the star plasma vessel, which caused accelerated aging and increased his consciousness to the point where the whole world is his body now. Honestly, I didn't fully understand that part either. Yuki wonders if there were no other star plasma vessels, and Megumi whispers that they came to learn Kenjaku's objective and how to open the prison realm. Tengen says he can explain, but one thing either Yuki, Sojo, or Yuta must stay here as his bodyguard. Yuta says, "You're immortal," and Maki teases that Tengen is afraid of sealing. Yuki says he hasn't told them the reason yet, so Tengen begins to explain Kenjaku. Tengen says Kenjaku wants to change all of Japan to force an evolution by merging humans with himself. Megumi says they've heard this, but asks what it really means. Kenjaku wanted to use Tengen's barrier to turn people into sorcerers? Tengen replies that Kenjaku doesn't have enough cursed energy, and the cursed energy created from Maki's body doesn't return to the sorcerer, so Kenjaku's method is extremely difficult. The idea Kenjaku had was the fusion of myself and humankind, a complete merging. Yuji asks if that's even possible. Megumi says that Kenjaku can only merge via a star plasma vessel, right? Tengen says this was true 11 years ago, but he has evolved, now it might be possible for him to merge with others, not just the star plasma vessel. Sojo, someone comments, says, "But you're only one person, how could you merge with multiple people?" Tengen answers that the way he appears to them isn't his full self, his mind is all around them. As he said before, he's become the world itself. Whoever merges with him would become a being both real and unreal, and Tengen can maintain that form with barriers. If humankind merges with him, a single person's anger could go out of control and destroy the world. Yuki asks why that would happen, and Tengen warns that if there are no limits, one person's evil could spread to millions. What happened in Tokyo would then happen worldwide. Yuji asks why Kenjaku would want that, and Tengen admits he doesn't know. He also confesses that he can't change people's hearts. Maki questions why Tengen would refuse to be merged, and Tengen explains he's already evolved. He has become more like a cursed spirit of the world, and therefore a target for cursed energy manipulation. That revelation gives everyone chills, and they finally understand why Kenjaku took over Geto's body. Tengen says that whoever meets Kenjaku directly will be defeated by him, which explains why his body rejected everything Geto had. Yuta says that's why they need bodyguards, and Tengen agrees Kenjaku is the second most powerful barrier user, after Tengen himself. None of them know when Kenjaku will release the seal on his Tom, the seal of the prison realm. Yuki asks why Kenjaku stopped Tengen from merging with the star plasma vessel, and instead forced Tengen to evolve by consuming him with cursed energy, and whether Kenjaku is linked to Sukuna. Tengen says Kenjaku has been involved before, and he had runic links to Six Eyes users in the past. Two important events. Kenjaku once tried to take the Six Eyes and the star plasma vessel, and he lost twice. He even killed a Six Eyes user shortly after birth. Because of the mechanics of Tengen's merging, there can't be two Six Eyes users at the same time. It was complicated back then. 11 years ago, Toji Fushiguro changed everything when Toji's name is brought up. Maki and Megumi are shocked. Tengen says Toji's heavenly pack gave him enormous power, and someone with no cursed energy upended fate itself. After that, a boy came along who had cursed energy manipulation, and many of the pieces Kenjaku wanted came into place. 6 months ago, Kenjaku even obtained the prison realm. Megumi asks why this is all happening, and Tengen says Kenjaku is preparing bodies for merging. He could even merge Tengen with someone else, instead of the star plasma vessel, though the odds are low. Tengen compares it to a curling game. Players' cursed energy will open a path to another world as they play. Kenjaku probably wounded himself to prepare for this ritual. But the scary part is, Kenjaku won't be the game master the way they hope. Even if Kenjaku is killed, the curling game won't necessarily end. The game won't stop until all players die or refuse to play, and it doesn't follow rules that favor short-term interference. Megumi realizes they can add a new rule to the curling game. By sacrificing their points, they might create a loophole that lets Sukuna, Sukuna's allies, and others escape. Yuta agrees and remembers a rule that lets players sacrifice 100 points of value to change the rules of the game. Megumi says they need to try to free Gojo-sensei too, because Gojo could fix everything alone. Tengen is about to say something else, but he asks them to decide who will stay here. Yuki and Sojo volunteer to stay, and Sojo says if Kenjaku shows up, he'll kill him and free his brothers. Yuki tells Yuta she needs to speak with Tengen, and Yuta says he won't leave others alone. Tengen thanks them, then pulls out a box. It's the prison realm's back gate. Yuki says she's never heard of this. Yuji says it's like a back gate, and Tengen confirms it. Tengen explains that before Kenjaku sealed Gojo, the prison realm's back gate was outside his barrier. He hid the back gate, but couldn't hide the front gate. The enemy who sealed Gojo is also trapped inside that gate. Yuji asks if they can open it. Tengen says only the person who has the front gate can open it, and to pry open the back gate, they'll need the spare of woven and the black rope, both items that can neutralize cursed energy. 11 years ago, Gojo destroyed the spare and the fuse, and a year ago he destroyed the black rope as well. Megumi asks why he did that. Yuta says he tried to find the black rope's remains but couldn't. Yuki says there is one way. Among the curling game players is an ancient sorcerer who calls herself an angel. Her ability can nullify any cursed technique, meaning any cursed energy can be erased. Her name is Hana Karusu, and that's where the chapter ends. We'll meet again in the next video, Saya and Nara.